Hi everyone, I'm Annabelle Leapart, and today I'm going to be teaching you all how to make chocolate chip cookies. I make chocolate chip cookies all the time. I think they're so easy. I mean, the directions are right on the back, so they're easy to follow along with, and they taste really good. Now, there are only a few ingredients for making chocolate chip cookies. I use the Toll House semi-sweet morsels, and you really could use any chocolate chips that you want, just depending on what you want in your cookies. And then you need sugar, brown sugar, 2 eggs, 2 sticks of butter or 1 cup of butter, flour, vanilla extract, baking soda, and salt. Before you even start mixing anything together, to make it easier, just preheat your oven to 375 degrees so that by the time you put all of the dough onto the trays, it's already heated up. So the first step is you take your smaller bowl and you're going to get your flour, and you're gonna get your 1 measuring cup, and you need 2 1/4 cups of flour. So a little trick that you can use, since it's like not even on the top, is I take one of the measuring spoons and you kind of like chop it, and then you can just use the flat side and just scrape it so that now it's all flat and even. And then when you're done with that, then you can pour it into the bowl. So you're gonna fill up 2 of these 1 cups, and then you're gonna do the same thing with the 1/4 of a cup. So after you pour the flour in and kind of get it all in the small bowl, then you're gonna take a teaspoon of salt and baking soda and put it into the small bowl too. After you have all those ingredients in the small bowl, I just take one of the measuring spoons and I just kind of mix it up to make it easier when you put it in the big bowl later. So after you mix all of those ingredients into the small bowl, then you're going to take your big bowl, and the remaining ingredients that you didn't use are going to end up going in here. So to start off, I take my 2 sticks of butter and I heat them up and I melt them in the microwave. You don't have to, but I think it's just easier to mix afterwards. So I would just put them in a metal bowl and just heat them up for like 30 seconds and they'll be melted. Once your butter is all melted, then pour it into the big bowl. After you add the butter, you're going to get your sugar, and you're gonna do 3/4 cups. So I just use 1/4 of a cup and I just do 3 of those, and then you put them into the big bowl. After you add in your 3/4 cups of sugar, then you're gonna do 3/4 cups of brown sugar, and so again, just use 3 of these. And a little trick is, since it needs to be like packed in there, is I just scoop it, and then I take one of my measuring spoons and you just kind of push it down, or you could use a regular spoon, so that when you pour it in, it comes out solid. So after you put the brown sugar in, then you're going to get a mixer of some sort. I have a hand mixer that I use, but anything that you have will work. I just get a hand mixer and I blend it all together. And then after that's all mixed together, you're going to get your 2 eggs and you're going to add them in the bowl one at a time. Once you have that all together, you are going to use the hand mixer again, and you need to mix all of the eggs in. You're going to take your mixture in the smaller bowl and you're going to pour a little bit into it, not the entire thing, because if you pour the entire bowl in there, then when you get your electric mixer, it's going to go all over and you're going to make a big mess. So just pour in a little bit and mix it, and then pour a little bit in again, then mix it, and just do that until the whole thing's gone. After you pour in the entire mixture from the smaller bowl, you're going to mix it all together, make sure it's nice and mixed, that everything's blended, and then you can go ahead and add in your chocolate chips. So you can use as many chocolate chips as you want. It just depends on how chocolatey you want them to be. We have a little bit missing from this bag, but it's pretty much a full bag, so I'm just going to pour that entire thing in there. Once your chocolate chips are poured in, then you can get like a wooden spoon or a regular spoon and just mix them all together to make sure that they're spread out evenly. And you're gonna take out 2 cookie sheets. You might need more in the future, but I just take out 2 first, and get 2 regular spoons, or if you have like an ice cream scooper, that will work too. And you're just gonna scoop out a spoonful and then put it on the tray. And depending on how big the tray is going to vary about how many cookies you can make on the tray. So once you get all of the cookie dough in separate piles on the tray, then you can put the 2 trays into the oven and you're going to cook them for about 9 minutes. After those 2 trays are done, if you still have cookie dough in the bowl, then just keep doing trays of cookie dough and cooking them for 9 minutes until it's all gone. After you take them out of the oven, and make sure you wear an oven mitt when you grab the tray because it's going to be very hot, then you can use a spatula and just scrape them and put them on a drying rack. and then you're good to go and you can eat them. Some important things that I think you should always remember when you bake cookies, and even when you bake anything or cook anything, is you should always clean as you go, because if you clean like a bowl right after you use it, then it's a much less smaller mess that you'll have to clean at the end when you're done. So it just makes it easier on yourself. And always make sure, especially now, to wash your hands, because you don't want to get anyone sick that's eating your stuff. So